And here we are again. Progress report. 8 weeks, 55 days, and I've missed one. Am I enjoying it? Well, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But I have sort of hit the doldrums a bit now. The honeymoon is over. Motivation is flagging. It seems to be slipping a bit. And sorry, my chair's creaking. And I feel like I'm just going through the motions without getting any progress. So yeah, but I did record the tune I talked about last week. The tune 3 Minutes to Vestli. It was a partial failure. It is a little bit too early for me to be playing stuff like this. So I mean, like I said, I barely held it together. I need more metronome time. I need a lot more metronome time before I do stuff like that. The idea of it is that the double stops and the rhythm sort of represents a train, because that was the idea of the title, 3 Minutes to Vestli. Because I wrote it down on a notepad, wrote the melody down on a notepad while I was waiting to get the metro home, and the train that I take goes to Vestli, and I looked up and it just constantly said 3 minutes to Vestli for ages, and I just sort of wrote that down. But anyway, yeah, here's my attempt at the tune. And that was that. I barely made it through. It's fun. It was fun, it's fun, I want to write and perform my own tunes, my own music, rather than constantly doing cover versions and getting copyright claims from some muppet who's done a karaoke version of it, and I dispute it. They don't bother challenging my dispute, or they just keep the claim because, well, why wouldn't you? But it doesn't really matter. I'm not making any money out of it. But yes. But problems. I've developed a bouncy bow. I've found that often the bow will. I won't do it now. It was a problem during the recording because of this awful sort of wobbly, floppy, flaccid, uncoordinated, scratchy mess, and it was annoying me. So I did have to do about 8 takes of it. Yeah, I keep complaining, but the weak link is the biological, organic component. I'm not blaming the tools. It's a blood and organ, definitely a blood and organs fail. Also, I keep clashing with the guitar fingering. You've got the E and the B. E with the first finger there would usually be a B on the guitar, I suppose, and the E. But yeah, I am really getting messed up with guitar fingerings, which is. It's a problem, and I was probably better when I first started than I am now, if I'm honest. And here's a bad habit for you. Bow direction. I find when I mess up, what I'll do, if I mess up in one direction, rather than doing that note again in the same direction, I'll just carry on in the reverse direction, which I think is probably quite an awkward habit, and I've noticed quite often that I get mixed up. But the image arose of all of these violins with the identical bow direction, all perfect, going in the same way with identical stroke. That's not going to happen with me. So yeah, I'm still struggling with vibrato as well. So I just get really locked in, especially with as a bloody bouncy bow. And I end up locking in and really cramping up my left hand. It's an awful cramp. You know, it would be okay if I could just stop and like breathe and reset. But yeah, metronome's going. But yeah, looking forward to getting a bit better so I can actually play more in these videos instead of just moaning and whining all the time about what I can't do. Well, then again, I suppose I can moan and cuss and swear as much as I like. I mean, what are they going to do? Demonetize me? But, you know, whatever, this channel is called Idiot with a Violin and not a virtuoso with a violin. So you'll just have to put up with the rubbish, I'm afraid. That's what I'm here for. That'll do.